What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is TDS Darth Wage back at you with another video yet again, and in this video I want to show you how to duel as General Grievous. But before I do that, I want you to understand his lightsaber forms and how to utilize them into his gameplay. So with that being said, I did a lot of digging and I came up with very few results of what his lightsaber forms actually are. There was only one thing I actually came up with through observation, and in conclusion I am for certain he uses a technique known as Jar Kai. So this is what I found out about Jar Kai. Dual blade fighters, whether classical Nemon duelists or individuals applying the Jar Kai tactic, were able to maintain a strong offense, as the speed of attack that two blades allowed would overwhelm most opponents. A typical maneuver was to continually attack with one blade while relying on the other for defensive coverage, ensuring that the duelist could keep up his guard even as he attacked. However, it was common that both blades be used for offensive purposes, keeping up a continuous wave of front assault. Another advantage of Jar Kai was that the two blades made it easier to hold off multiple opponents, as one simply had more blades to parry with. The dual blades technique could also be used as a defensive or compensatory measure when engaging another opponent who utilized multiple blades in combat. Known Jar Kai techniques and maneuvers include the Rising Whirlwind, which consisted of a duelist swinging his blades about his body, creating a whirlwind of deadly attacks, and then the Twin Strike, in which both blades were swung in an arc towards the opponent in a deadly power attack. The number of lightsabers wielded was not limited to two, depending on the duelist's anatomy. General Grievous would often wield four, splitting his mechanical arms to produce an extra set of appendages. Though a complete fighting system in and of itself, Jar Kai was easily adapted to other styles. There is very little said about General Grievous's lightsaber forms. All it really said is that he was a master of many of the classical forms of Jedi arts and was able to adapt quickly to an opponent's fighting style. Using his four arms to his advantage, he would usually spin and use them all at once to either immediate or overwhelm his opponents. Okay, so with that being said, we are fixing to move on to the tips and tricks for General Grievous, but before I do that, we of course have to get this Luke Skywalker player out of the way. So just for the record, I just have to say this before we move on to the tips and tricks. Anybody playing like this person using Luke Skywalker right now, I really have no respect for you. Yeah, I really frown upon cowards. So anyway, it's not a strategy. So anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the tips and tricks. Now, as we all know, I got to start it off with the block, forward dodge, and attack that you repeat until the opponent catches on to it, and then you change it up a bit. So as you can see right here, you will dodge behind your opponent and you will attack them and keep dodging and attacking until they are forced to get out of that zone. So with that being said, let us move forward. Now, you already know, as I start off all these videos, you will now use the alternative method and attack first, then dodge behind your opponent, and then attack them, and then keep doing that. It's two different ways to get in. You can be defensive and get in and start attacking aggressive like that, or you can attack first and then dodge behind your opponent and get in. So with that being said, let us move on to the next method. You can also use thrust surge to close the gap on your opponent. And what I mean by that is an opponent that is at a distance who keeps on dodging backwards, you can use the thrust surge to close the distance so that way you can get into method 1 and method 2. The choice is yours on how you decide to approach your opponent. I'm just giving you the tips. Anyway, thrust surge is also an anti-air ability. Whenever your opponent jumps in the air, you can activate your thrust surge and knock them out of the air and go in for a punish. Like I said, this is the tips, and I'm just throwing whatever I can into helping you out. So, next method. You can also use Thrust Surge to punish aggressive attackers. So what I'm fixing to do is I'm going to block and allow Anakin to attack, and during his attacks I'm going to use Thrust Surge to knock him on the ground and go in for a punish, which would be a standard attack or an ability, whichever you prefer. So, yeah, you can also use Thrust Surge to punish abilities as well. However, this method is not as effective as another method that I'm fixing to bring up in just a second, but it can be done, depending on the ability and what the recovery time is of that ability. Now, you can also use Claw Rush to punish a jump. Alright, just in case you did not know, what you do is, before they land, you activate Claw Rush because they can't block it, and then you can go in for a punish with a standard attack or an ability. The choice is yours to make. Anyway, moving on. You can also use the Claw Rush to punish aggressive attackers. However, I would more than likely use Thrust Surge for this because I think it would be suited better, but you could use it for a quick retreat to gain health as well. You know, the choice is yours, once again, how you decide to use your abilities and into your playstyles. Okay, so moving forward. You can also use Claw Rush to punish abilities, and when it comes to abilities, I would prefer to use the Claw Rush to punish abilities because of the knockdown, which would go because it hits them twice and allows you to go in for a free hit. Like I said, the choice is yours. So, moving forward. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but you can also use Claw Rush to punish dodging. Now, what I want to show you right here is that with standard attacks, dodging negates your standard attacks. As you see, I'm hitting and it is doing nothing, right? Okay, so now let me go down here, and we are going to try this and see how it goes with Anakin trying to dodge the Claw Rush. Okay, so let us see what happens here. As you see, it knocked him down and it gave me actually like 2 or 3 hits. And that was on the dodge, as you can see, at close range. So now we're going to try this at a not so close of a range and see how it works again. And as you see, yes, he probably could have blocked, but still, you're also closing in the gap no matter what. So either you're going to hit his dodge, or you're going to close in the gap. Moving on. Okay, you can also use Unrelenting Advance to punish aggressive attackers as well. Alright, however, sometimes the attacks can mess with your abilities some, but it is worth doing this, because when they're aggressive, all you literally have to do is just stand there with your ability. I mean, they gotta be a complete idiot to continue attacking, but anyway, moving on. You can also use, this is a maximum punish. You're going to use Thrust Surge, and then you're going to use Claw Rush, and then Unrelenting Advance. Watch. Thrust Surge, Claw Rush, and Unrelenting Advance, right there. That is a maximum punish right there. If you pull it off, that is. So anyway, moving forward, shall we? Now, you can also use Unrelenting just to let you know, Unrelenting Advance, just in case you did not know, negates knockdown abilities. As you see right here, I'm not getting knocked down or pulled to Anakin. And this goes for all knockdown abilities, not just Anakin's. And to the final tip and trick involves Rey. Now, in order to stop her, what you need to do is have your back to the wall, and whenever she goes for her dash strike, activate your Unrelenting Advance so she can't knock you down, and she will go directly into your ability and get damaged more than you will ever get damaged from it. And she has no way to get behind you. So, with all of that being said, Wage, do you know what you're talking about? And if you do, can you prove it? Can you show us? Can you back up your claims on what you're telling us to do with General Grievous? Because, you know, if you cannot prove it, I will refuse to believe anything that you say is valid. So, as you see, it's right here, me versus Anakin. So let's see how this goes. Dodge behind him. I went for the attack and then the dodge. I closed in the gap. He went for the attack, and I countered him with Unrelenting Advance. And, okay, I took that. And now, as you see, like, I will be honest with you right here, in this video that you're watching, General Grievous is one of the best counterattackers in the game. Also, well, I'm not gonna say that. That's for another video. But, yeah, he's literally one of the best characters in the game, in my opinion. Even though I just said something I shouldn't have said. And I really wish they would fix that freaking thrust surge from doing the ballerina dance. Please, EA and DICE, fix the ballerina. Fix the ballerina dancing, like, for real. Okay, anyway. So now, as we see, oh, we actually have Rey and Anakin in this match, which will be perfect, because my tutorial actually had both of them in it. So, with that being said, let's see what happens here. Are any of my tutorial tips and tricks valid? Let us find out, shall we? And as we see, okay, and dodge, attack, there we go. Right there, I got 2 free hits, free of charge, rent free. And, okay, I thought he was going to try to land behind me, but I guess not. Alright, so, Claw Rush right here. He's going to go for the jump, and guess what? Knockdown. Alright, there we go. She made it behind me. For some reason, she is not attacking. I don't know, but I do not mind, you know. I mean, it wouldn't have really mattered if she did or not. So, as I was saying up here, me versus Rey. Let's see how this goes. There we go. I closed in the gap. She ran away. And I activated my Claw Rush with my back against the wall. And she died from it. So that was directly out of the tutorial. If that's not evidence for you, if that's not enough proof for you that my tips and tricks, tutorials, you name it, my guide on how to duel as Grievous is not valid with visual proof, I don't know what to tell you. So this time, once again, we have Anakin, and this time we now have Obi-Wan Kenobi, or the term that I love to use, Obi-Wan can blow me. Anyway, so let us see how this turns out, shall we? Alright, there we go. Close the gap, get behind him, go for the attack, and I got knocked down. Hoorah! Now, boy, he sure does love that mind trick, don't he? Only thing is, his Anakin is a complete idiot in not taking advantage of me not being able to dodge. But Grievous also has a counter for that as well. Okay, abilities missing. There we go. Got behind him, went for the attacks, killed him, and now it is time for that one-on-one with Anakin Skywalker. And the emote did not work. Great. Oh my god, what am I doing? There we go. Yes, you are a bold one, Annie. Now, attack, dodge, free hit. There we go. I got 2 free hits. I went for that. Close the gap time. Ability counter. Ability punish. There we go. Close the gap. Even if it didn't hit, I still closed the gap. And now he decided to be very aggressive, and I used my Unrelenting Advance to punish him for being super aggressive. There we go. Okay, now we have Luke Skywalker this time. Great! It is about time, and guess who's in this match? Mr. Kindred playing as Han Solo. Well, he does love being in my videos, and I do love having him in my videos. Okay, so anyway, as I said, he cannot be knocked down while in his Unrelenting advance, which turned into a punish towards this guy using Luke Skywalker. Okay, I was gonna close in the gap, but he obviously wants to keep very close to me, in which I do not mind. He's trying to use a SOCON technique, which failed, okay, there we go. And I'm punishing him for being super aggressive right there. I'm doing the ballerina dance, yet again. And there we go, got him with the claw rush, went for the free hit, but he was able to block without being fully on his feet. How? I do not know, but okay. And, oh, come on, there we go, there we go, counterattack. I told you that thrusting surge is a counter versus very aggressive players. My claw rush knocked him on his backside, he pushes me away, and now, come on, let me get over here, close in the gap maybe? No. Okay, there we go, and he's trying to use the fucking map geometry to his advantage. Smart, but irritating. Ballerina dance, yet again. Okay, so there we go. I tried to punish his aggression, but he decided to fall back. Okay, there we go. And, come on. There we go. Told you, punish. There we go. And it's over. I told you, man, use thrust surge to counter aggressive attackers. Not aggressive abilities. Well, you can use it for that too, but like I said, I would prefer to use the claw rush to counter aggressive powers and abilities, and use the thrust surge to counter aggressive attacks, standard attacks. Alright, there we go. Kindred, you like being in my videos? Well, here you go, buddy. Anyway, on to the final match, or on to the final round. I mean, like I said, people, Grievous is literally made to be a very aggressive counterattacker. He's made to bring as much pressure as he can, while also, you know, making people do things they don't want to do. Alright, here we go. Alright, I dodged behind him and got that free hit. He blocked my claw rush. Now he is running, and I do not blame him because his teammate is nowhere to be found. But, you know what that means? He's more than likely gonna die. Alright, on to Lukey. Lukey the Dookie. Now let's see what happens here. He's going for the blaster character. Did Boba's ability just blind me? Oh my god. Alright, I closed in the gap. Free hit. Okay, he blocked it. And I use Claw Rush. Now right into this for his aggression. He is punished. Alright everybody, that's gonna be all for this video. If you liked the video, then please give me a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will catch you in my next video.